Hi Gina.
Hi Ione. Hi everyone. I'm Gina, the senior editor of Polyester.
And I'm Ione, the founding editor-in-chief of Polyester, and this is the Polyester Podcast, a feminist pop culture podcast dissecting the discourse on a weekly basis.
Please make sure to like, rate, subscribe and review. And if you haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe to our membership platform for exclusive podcast-centered perks. We're offering exclusive video episodes, secret mini episodes, and even episodes centered on what you want us to talk about across different tier options. Go check it out at the link in our description. Do we have any reviews, Ione?
We do! 5 stars from Flamingo.
Yeah, I was excited for you to pronounce that one.
In the UK, saying perfect in every way, which is gorgeous.
Very succinct.
And then over on Spotify, we have Eva Baby 98 saying, not me getting a shout out. Literally ran to this episode because I knew you all would get it. I'm tired of being called a loser Christian Puritan because I want to think critically. Tell him.
Tell him, Eva.
Tell him is my adding. And then Sage said, thank God for you two, holding my sanity together with nuanced feminist takes.
Oh, thank you,
Very
Sage.
Kind.
Well, it's not very much a nuanced feminist take this week.
I will bring the nuanced feminist takes.
I'm going to bring the unabashed love of capitalism to the table.
Yeah. So today, as you may have inferred from the title and the episode description, we're talking about Labubus.
Lahubus?
Lafufus.
I'm a Lafufu fan.
Obviously, in December, we did a trinkets episode, and the heights that we have reached with Labubu fever are dizzying.
I know, and I literally had Labubu back in December, so everyone...
Gina's a innovator.
A Lafufu.
Have you? I think it's in that book I made you get, the subculture one.
What?
That subculture book I made you buy at the Cubby.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a theory of trend adoption, and there's loads of different ones. It's like innovator at the top.
Yeah.
You, with Labubus.
Mm-hmm.
Early adopters are second, so like people that are early on something being cool.
Yeah.
But you didn't innovate it as a trend.
That's me then.
No, you innovated Labubu.
No, because they were selling PR Labubus in Santiago where I got it. To be fair. I just brought it across the pond.
You did, yeah. You innovated in our market, and then it goes like late adopters, losers. I don't know the rest.
Loser. So I think maybe it'd be useful to give a little background on the Labubus, and I've got it up if you want me to go for it.
Oh, fine. Can I just state for the record, I still fucking hate Labubus.
Okay.
If you have been listening since December, thank you so much, and I still hate Labubus.
Labubu first debuted in 2015 as part of Hong Kong illustrators Ka-Sing Leung's story series The Monsters, which is inspired by Nordic mythology.
They look so 2015.
Labubu is one of a variety of quirky characters, including Zimomo, Takoko, Spooky, Peito, and of course Labubu. With her pointy ears, playful grin, and 9 serrated teeth. I'm going to go count the teeth on my Lafufu now. Labubu is an elf, known for her mischievous personality. Fun fact, Labubu is a girl. And that's from What is Labubu? The Global Phenomenon Explained from SNKR Dunk by Dixon Chin. And then it just goes on to explain that the rights to the toy got sold to as an exclusive licensing agreement to the Chinese toy maker Pop Mart in 2019.
I didn't realize Pop Mart was a toy maker. I thought they just bought stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Miniso.
Miniso makes stuff as well.
Well, that's me fucked, isn't it? Sorry, guys, not the expert voice I thought I was. Like, I don't even know. Like the Norris stuff.
Like Toys R Us, that's what I thought.
Okay, like Toys R Us. Yeah, that's literally what I thought. So, Ka-Sing Leung officially signed an exclusive licensing agreement with the Chinese toy maker Pop Mart to produce physical products in a blind box format. So before that, it had just been like a toy. Not a toy, the opposite.
Like a model.
No, it had been a book.
Oh, yeah. It's like, it's really cute, actually. The book, I prefer the book way more than the actual dolls. The dolls are ugly. The book kind of looks like that illustrator Ice Cream Colour. You know, the one who did our cover.
Like that meets Moomins a bit for me.
It's very, like, colourful and, like, cartoony, and I'm not going to try.
If you are a member of the Dollhouse, we put this research into the chat and you can see the pictures from there, but it's not hard to find. And then the partnership propelled Labubu into the global spotlight because it was taken into the blind box format as well. There's over 300 variations to date. And then in July 2024, the second series, Have a Seat vinyl plush blind box was released, which has the Labubus that you see where they sat down instead of stood up. And then what has happened from there is that Lafufus have been born. So the fakes of the Labubus, which also still come in blind boxes, but you can also get them not in them.
Yours wasn't in one.
Yeah, mine was just loose, which I prefer. I wanted to pick what one I wanted.
I hate blind box. Everyone knows I hate blind boxes from that December episode. I fucking hate them.
Well,
actually, why am I such a liar?
Sylvanian families all week.
No, okay. Let me get this straight. We went to Asda yesterday.
No, I went to Asda last week.
Well, okay, yeah, but let's just say we went to Asda yesterday because I was in a bad mood.
Working on.
Every toy was a blind box. I'm sorry, that's so mean on parents. Like, because don't you just think it's such a setup to fail for a parent? Like, you let your kid get a blind box and then they fucking hate the toy, and then you've got an upset kid and you spent a tenner.
Yeah, no, I was thinking this is kind of like how the joy of it used to just be the surprise, right? Like the surprise of getting something. But now everyone's like either collecting all of them or they want a specific version of the thing that's in it. Mm-hmm. So then you're just setting yourself up for disappointment because, 5 times out of 6, you're not going to get the thing you want.
Especially for kids, we're grown adults.
And for kids, yeah, especially for kids, it's like, I don't know, especially for like poor kids, that's what made me think, like working class kids, especially like with the culture of like fakes being really weird around these toys. Like people are really like, this is my real Labubu, this is how you tell, this is how you scan its foot, this is like, look at the fur on the Lafufu, it's not as good, it's balding, the Lafufu doesn't look as good. And it's cute that it's got its own name, but you can just like so easily imagine like some cunt in school going around checking everyone's Labubus to make sure they're real.
Yeah.
So it is just like and one of the boxes, they retail at 25 quid. Mm-hmm. But people are reselling them for upwards of 40.
Zakia spent 40 on hers.
Zakia did spend 45 on hers. Also has filmed an unboxing that we can release with the episode release.
So something that's really pissing me off, and it's a bit of a curveball here to throw you, but there's, sorry to say. No, but I think you'll have opinions.
I hope.
Everyone's acting like this Labubu craze is the likes of which have never been seen before, and it's really annoying me. So I just Googled Labubu and went on news, yeah? There's an article, Cult Toy to Couture, Labubu's Ascent redefines luxury. And then the Wall Street Journal, How Pop Mart turned collectible dolls into an $18 billion business. And then and then Art Basel edition Labubu doll sells out as soon as the fair opens. And then Rob Report, How Labubu, a Chinese kids toy, became the luxury world's latest viral trend. And then Sakai, which I don't know if I've said right, is like a high fashion brand. The Sakai times 17 Labubu sold for 30 grand at Jupiter auction. And then the art newspaper, limited edition Labubu causes bedlam at the Art Basel shop. And then the New York, this is all in the last 2 days, by the way. And then New York Times, this one's fucked crazy. Can Labubu, this ugly elf, make China cool?
What the hell?
That's bananas for so many reasons. But anyway, let's go back to the luxury element of this. And people are saying like, oh, it's making like toys, luxury objects, comfortable objects, etc, 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 etc. We have already spoken about this in December. And then there was an article on The Guardian, counterfeit goes cool, high-end brands urge to embrace the rise of dupe. And like basically I feel like I'm in a bit of like the Truman Show with this, and that I'm not the history I'm remembering, no one else's experience. Like, does no one remember Beanie Babies?
Anything. Barbies, Beanie Babies, Troll Dolls, Pokemon, like, this has been ongoing. Remember when they did those, what band was it that did those busted bags of the, like, fucking ghost Pokemon?
Oh, it's like what's it called? Yeah, I know what you mean. The, like, Disney, the Disney Bounders one. What are they called?
Oh.
That's
not my specialty. My specialty is the Labubu, Lafufu, Jellycat world.
Oh, Jellycats. We've already spoken about this. And also, so yeah, people are being like, the Labubu is redefining luxury. It's already happened so much. And I said this in the December episode, and I feel like I'm going insane. But no one else watched the Beanie Baby film apart from me because it was a straight to Apple special. But also, we lived through it.
I'm on your Apple TV. I'll just watch it tonight.
We lived through it. We lived through the Beanie Babies. We lived through Pokemon cards. We lived through, what were those called? Those like little nuggets you'd throw?
What the fuck is nuggets you throw?
Like a little plastic nugget that was a character and you'd like throw them.
A Beyblade?
No. These are like character nuggets. And you used to be able to get them in corner shops like a blind bag. And you'd be like, oh, and it might be glittery or something. And then for some reason you threw them at each other as like a game.
We didn't have that in Wales, sorry. But not to kill your vibe.
Even
but
like...
we have, like, we've lived through it. Even like those headlines, as you were reading them, read like Sex and the City were doing a spoof on Pokemon. And she's reading out the fucking headlines.
Wait, what are you talking about?
When you were just reading all those headlines then.
Yeah.
It sounds like a TV show's doing a spoof.
Yeah.
Of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And are reading out headlines of their universe's version of it.
This happens
as
all the time.
As if it's never happened before.
It happens all the time. I'm like, what do you mean redefining luxury? Like, what do you mean?
Also, I'm sorry, but all articles are either like, this is the first time something's happened, or all trends are cyclical, what we're going to do about it. Pick side.
I feel like I'm losing my marbles.
I mean, I think you would appreciate it. You'd be in a better spot if you like the Labubus.
No. I disagree.
It'd be a shit spot either way.
I just hate the way we talk about things. Not us, not me and you.
No, as in you, as in me.
No, not me and you. But I mean, yeah, I hate this. Like, it's redefining luxury, it's redefining shopping, it's redefining a cult item.
Everything's defined.
Remember when we were in school and there was that like shopping bag that everyone wanted, and it was like, this is not a shopping bag. Did you have that? And it was like a canvas tote, and they used to sell them in Sainsbury's, and everyone went and like sold them out.
We had some. Everyone got really like found the like River Island carrier bags really comfortable for like what colour you had for your PE kit.
There's another example. Like, I'm sorry, is this really redefining luxury for normal people? No, it's just urging them to buy like a toy for minimum 25 or upwards of 40. And also, you're just duping like people that don't really have much money into making, well, we've lived through this enough to know that your Labubu is not going to be worth fucking anything in a year. They're all going to be in fucking landfill. They're going to be worth 10p, if that. Minus, you won't be able to give them away. They'll literally be handing Labubus out on the street at the tube. Like, no one's going to want a Labubu anymore because people move on. And like, some people will make money off it that are doing it like right now and are preying on people's like insecurities, as you said. But like, you're not going to buy a house on Labubu resale.
No, you'll be lining the fucking shelves of a charity shop.
Yeah, exactly. And we all complain about all of this, like Shein being in all the thrift shops and like finding, do you know what I mean? Oh,
you just sound really defeated, Ione.
I am defeated because also these things are fucking ugly.
There was a bit in the research that I found interesting that was saying that like in 2024, research group Sakana revealed that as many as 1 in 5 toys and games are now bought by over 18s for themselves. Another market researcher, Opinio, confirmed this, finding that 41% of British adults admit to purchasing toys for their own use or enjoyment, and that was in the Mirror in an article from Jelly Cats to Labubu Dolls, Why Are Adults So Obsessed with Kids' Toys by Cecilia Adamo. What do you think?
Why are adults obsessed with toys?
Yeah, why are adults buying kids' toys?
Well, because we're totally constantly marketed them. And like when you see... Right, I have a thing about why Labubus are bad though, okay?
Can you answer my question first?
It feeds into it.
Okay, go on.
So, why I like the toys I like, and I am notorious for like liking
little bits of shit,
a doll and little bits of shit and like Cupid dolls and like all of this stuff, yeah, is because they are so cute. Like, it's so...
I thought you were going to say such an interesting, profound point, and you're just going to go, cute.
It's coming. Let me cook.
Wait, let's have a break, then you can say it.
No.
We're back from the break.
Fuck off. No, we're not going to break yet. Because it's so cute. It's so like overly saccharine that it becomes like a bit creepy or a bit off-putting, or that's something that's like a bit like, oh, why'd you have that in your house? And that's why I like it. Whereas Labubus are feeding in too much to being that mix. They're trying. You will fail.
Because they've got pointy teeth.
Yeah, because they're obviously meant to look a bit creepy, but you fail in that.
I don't think they look creepy. They look like where the wild things are.
No, they don't.
They do look like where the wild things are. They're just little monsters, little guys.
No, but you know what I mean? They're trying to be like adult. They're trying to be things for adults, essentially. Like, we always talk about, we've been talking about this loads when we've been talking about Labubu. That animation that was famous when we were on MySpace and Tumblr that was like the treehouse something.
Oh, Happy Tree Friends or whatever.
Yeah. I think that like animation that's made for adults to appeal to adults of being cute is just like embarrassing. Sorry to all enjoyers of that type of content. I just don't like it.
So are you pro Adventure Time?
I don't know what Adventure Time is. I'm sorry, I don't.
Sorry.
I couldn't picture one Adventure Time for You. I've heard the name, but...
Adventure Time for You.
Let's go to a break, it's too much. I don't know what Adventure Time looks like.
We're back. Well, I think this kind of exemplifies the difference between me and you, because you were having a jip with me last week about watching all the new Disney releases.
Yeah.
And being like, I don't understand why an adult would want to watch those things.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the problem here?
Well, there's a reason why adults want to watch those things.
Yeah, because they
'Cause
want
they're
to be like
good.
nostalgic and they're upset and depressed and they want to like have a teddy bear and feel comforted because the world is awful.
It's me read for Phil.
It's true. Like, I'm sorry, yeah.
Good storytelling in it.
No.
Famously.
Not to like put anyone down. Some Disney films, sure, but I'm sorry.
There's been tons of good ones.
Yeah, and we're not going to go over it again. But I myself am not immune to this, yeah? I used to not have any cuddly toys. I was like, not my vibe. Like, I'm not going to be an adult that has cuddly toys in their house. No. I have a shelf. I have a shelf now.
I started that, I know.
Yeah, and I don't like it in myself. I have a Monchichi that you got me. I have a Miss Piggy that you got me. I have... You got me all of them.
Yeah, I know.
I have... What's...
That rabbit.
I have the rabbit that you got me. I have... What's she called?
Who?
The Sanrio one.
Cinnamon roll.
No, the other one.
My Melody.
That you got me. So the reason I have all this shit in my house is because of you.
Well, sorry for telling you to embrace the joy de vivre in your inner child and not be like...
It's so embarrassing. Where am I going to sleep looking at a line of teddies?
I don't know, you're the one who put them opposite your bed, love.
Where else are they going to
Because
go?
mine are fucking on top of my wardrobe away from sight. So I'm not trying to fuck my husband while staring at being stared down at by a Hello Kitty.
My house isn't big enough to have them anywhere else. No, it's
You've
not.
got rows of trinkets everywhere. Swapped them out. Chuck a China doll up it.
What, a creepy China doll's any better?
It's saccharine.
I didn't even use the word saccharine.
You just said saccharine.
No, I didn't. I've never said saccharine.
You said that's why you like cute
Maybe I
dolls
did.
and that.
I don't know, okay. Anyway, back to Labubu.
Back to Labubu.
I think it upsets me because it's being so overblown. Like, it's on the news pretty much every day. They're like manufacturing these fake outrages about it. Like, oh, we've had to stop selling Labubus because people are getting stabbed or whatever in Hamleys. I don't think they sell them in Hamleys.
I think people are getting stabbed in
No,
Hamleys.
Zakia told me, and I trust her, that they stopped selling Labubus because people were like having fistfights and getting stabbed.
You know what this reminds me of, though? Stanley Cups.
No, yeah, exactly. It's just the same shit, new week.
Do you think that people collecting things is bad then?
No, do you know what you should talk about? Gina's just read Ways of Seeing.
Oh, I have. Right, guys, I sent this to Ione last night.
And it's true, I think it really feeds into what we're talking about now.
Also, how fucking lovely that, like, you recommended a book on this podcast. I went away and read it.
Yeah, you're very good like that.
Anyway, I'm going to read it out loud. It's from John Berger's Ways of Seeing. Berger or Burgess?
I don't know. I'd say burger.
I was going to say something so inappropriate. Right.
What?
No,
What?
I'll tell you after. Okay, this is from the middle essay. And
What do you mean, the middle essay?
It's in the book. There's like 5 essays. 2 of them are photo essays. They don't have names. It's just the middle one. If you get the book.
Great.
In this context as well, by publicity means like marketing and selling
Ads.
things. Yeah.
He means ads. Like a perfume advert.
Says,
But when you're hearing this, think of Labubus.
think of Labubus because I were like, I'm just so good at reading. I read this and was like, oh. Anyway, it says, this is where I'm going to start from. This is why publicity can never really afford to be about the product or opportunity it is proposing to the buyer who is not yet enjoying it. Publicity is never a celebration of pleasure in itself. Publicity is always about the future buyer. It offers him an image of himself made glamorous by the product or opportunity it is trying to sell. The image then makes him envious of himself as he might be. Yet what makes this self, which he might be, enviable? The envy of others. Publicity is about social relations, not objects. Its promise is not of pleasure, but of happiness. Happiness as judged from the outside by others. The happiness of being envied is glamour. The spectator buyer is meant to envy herself. Why did it change to girl?
Sexism.
This, famously, a very not sexist book. The spectator...
But the whole thing about advertising is that they never advertise to men, right? So even like perfume adverts for male perfumes are for the girlfriends to watch and be like, oh, sexy boy, and then buy it for their boyfriend because they want the boyfriend to be sexy.
Be like what, say?
Sexy boy.
Right. The spectator buyer is meant to envy herself as she will become if she buys the product. She is meant to imagine herself transformed by the product into an object of envy for others, an envy which will then justify her loving herself. One could put this another way. The publicity image steals her love of herself as she is and offers it back to her for the price of the product. Boom! That's where you're like, oh, I'm going to buy this to cheer myself up.
And then I think there's a second layer of like insidious behavior when it comes to adults buying toys, because you're like not just tapping into this idea of like a better self or more glamorous self. And yeah, I guess in that way Labubu feeds into luxury because people are putting it on their bags specifically, but because it's also tapping into nostalgia, fear of loneliness, having a friend, etc, etc, etc.
Having a friend.
Well, it's true, isn't it?
That's so sweet.
That it's like double.
What do you mean double?
Like double whammy. You're getting them thinking that you're gonna buy this Labubu and have like a luxury glamorous life where everyone envies you because you have a real Labubu.
Or even like especially like a rare one, or...
And it's also tapping into like childhood feelings of inadequacy of like maybe you couldn't get the real one the first time around, or maybe you want a toy to like self-soothe because like you're sad and lonely or whatever.
I buy anything. I'm like, I would have fucking loved this as a kid, and my mum only give me £3 a week pocket money. Boing, 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 boing. My house full of shit.
And as we know, counterfeits are very unethical. But
why?
Well, this is also the secondary problem because counterfeits are just made in the same place that the normal ones are. So it's all just unethical and bad for the planet. Let's just start with that base level. I think it's more fun to like the counterfeit ones.
I really like that they're called Lafufus.
I think it's just better. Like, you're spending £3, you're still getting the same like purchase payoff, and either way,
yeah,
don't buy it if you're concerned about the planet because it's really bad for the planet.
It's just so pro fake.
What?
I'm so pro fake.
I think it's a complicated discussion that has many layers, but I think it's healthy.
What handbag have you got today?
Gina, that's so fucking rude.
Sorry, I'm only joking.
That's crazy.
We don't have to put it in.
I'm saying it's complicated and nuanced.
No, it is complicated and nuanced. Sorry, I was just in a...
That's so bitchy. Oh my god, I can't believe you just did that.
Sorry. I'm just playing.
I'm just saying, you can't go, I love fakes, because it was probably made by like a child somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm saying here, and it's clogging up the planet.
We don't need more shit for landfill, to be fair.
No.
I'm going to keep everything forever, though. I want to be buried like in ancient Egypt.
Yeah, cool. I just can't believe you did that to me. That's so mad.
Sorry.
Let me go home and burn my bag, shall I?
That's not going to fix the problem.
Slash it. Forget I ever had it.
No. I feel really bad
and now everyone's going to see me. If they ever see me in a picture, they're going to be zooming in going, oh, is that a fake bag? But no, I'm going to say I'm not muggins enough to buy a luxury handbag. I've never bought one in my life, and it's not because I've bought fakes. It's because some people have very kindly sent me real ones.
I think that fakes are going to be like leveling the playing field, though.
No, I disagree. I really disagree with this. I think if you're going to buy fake, buy secondhand, because you can get such good stuff secondhand. Like, vintage is so incredible. Think about the amount of stuff I get on vintage. Like, my Prada bag, that was £50.
I know, it's gorgeous.
And it's vintage, like actual vintage from the 2000s. I saw it on an influencer's Instagram and thought, I'll have a bit of that. Searched it on Vinted, £50.
Yeah, and they probably bought it from like a mad reseller.
And everyone's obsessed with archive now. Just go on Vinted. There's deals to be had, girls.
Do you think there's going to be archive Labubu?
No, because this is
there archive Stanley Cups?
Probably, but the thing is, they have like no appeal. What you have to wait for is it will be in like 20 years when there's like someone that's 6 now and their first memory of a toy is Labubu, and when they're 26 they'll go, wow, I want a Labubu, and then they'll buy one for like 99p.
Not going to be a world in 20 years, brother.
Great.
You know, they'll tell you that for free.
There will be. It might just not be nice. Okay, Gina, so apart from being really... Also, you have... Anyway.
I've got so many fake... I'm put my paws up, guys. I've got everything in my house that I own. It's a fake.
Yes, so why are you having a go at me?
I don't know why I did that. I feel so bad.
That was so mean.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I understand. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit. I wasn't even saying don't get them. I was just saying think about it.
I don't know what I said.
Just saying think about it. It's not that ethical.
I know. I'm just on our ass tonight.
Okay, well, any final thoughts?
I love fufus. But also, I think, like, I've got restraint, which is what I said in the Stanley Cup episode, that I'll just have, like, 2 and I'll be like, that's enough for me.
Yeah, I think, obviously, it's fine to feed into the trend and, like, maybe have fun, but maybe.
Maybe fun to maybe feed into
Well, I
the
guess
trend.
you have to think about if you're doing it because it's fun, or if you're doing it just because you want to be part of it. But
Yeah,
also, I think most of the listeners to this podcast will be discerning enough.
Yeah, they'll probably listen being like, Gina's a fucking weapon, why is she defending Labubu?
Same as
when the Stanley Cup episode came out and everyone was like, I agree with Ione.
Okay.
Brilliant. Well, that's the end of the podcast.
Thanks so much, Gina, for being such a nice host with me.
I love you, Ione.
I love you too. Thank you, Zach, for the research and for sound techie, and Rob for also helping.
And
you for listening.
Olivia for editing.
Yeah.
And members for membering.
Yeah.
And see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.